What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Alex here from Team Generations, and today we're going to be looking at an updated list for Nightrose and Grand Blue for the V-Series. So coming out of Bushiroad Springfest Online, we saw it for the V-Series that Nightrose really showed up. Like, there were a bunch of different Nightrose decks, and I was like really impressed with a lot of the players and just general playstyles that this deck can do. So this is like a really nice deck because you can push and get these insane numbers when you want to, but it's also resilient in a lot of ways too and can survive longer than a lot of other decks can in general because of that protect marker and just a few other mechanics through it. So I really like the piggy bank aspect of this deck, putting stuff into the drop zone and calling it out, and I think that Nightrose now has just gone through so many changes where the deck list looks very different from what we originally saw. So I'm going to be introducing Ghosties into this profile. I know you guys have probably seen a couple lists with it, just going to show you my variant of it. I also do have a Ghosties profile if you want to do a pure one there. I think that's still an excellent deck. A lot of rush and resiliency there as well, just in general for the clan. So yeah, without further ado, let's hop right into the profile and I'll show you the test hand at the end on my vision on how the deck plays out. Alright, before we begin, I just wanted to thank everybody so much. We are at over 500 subs. I really cannot believe it. Thank you guys so much. I read every single comment. I see all the love. I really appreciate it. If you guys are enjoying the content, I ask that maybe you do hit that subscribe button, possibly leave a like on the video. Really trying to hit that 1K mark. So again, really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Starting right off with our deck profile now, we are going to get right into it. We are going to be looking at 4 of Nightrose, obviously still the boss unit of this deck. Really the lifeblood, our main ride target every single turn. She is awesome. She gives everybody a universal 5k buff, so that equates to 10k in the column, as well as once they're done attacking, they retire themselves, so they go into the drop zone. Her second skill gives her an additional 10k if your opponent is on grade 3, as well as at the end of, or when she attacks, I'm sorry, you get to counterblast 1 and then call 2 units to a column. Essentially, this allows us to get an extra 2 attacks because we're going to be calling out a card I'm going to go over in just a second, that allows us to call yet another card to another column. So again, the lifeblood of this deck, we want to be riding her every single turn. Super powerful, super effective. Kind of gives us almost like an Excel playstyle within Protect, so giving us nice resiliency, but at the same time, a lot of aggression. Moving right along, this is the newest addition to the deck. So for a while, I was running Ghosties by itself, and I think that I still have that deck built out separately. I think that's like an amazing deck. It personally, I don't know, something about the aesthetic I guess I like a little bit more, but overall, this is basically a multi-attack extender in this deck now. We're not really using it for the Vanguard abilities, but I'll go over them in just a second. So its main skill, auto on Van or rear. When placed, we Soul Blast 1, and then call a card not named itself from the drop zone to rear guard circle. So the main play is you're going to call out a card in front of her, call her to the back row, and then boom, Soul Blast 1, and you're going to be able to call out another card. So you swing twice with your rear guards, swing once with her, counter blast 1, pop, it could be any card. I'll go over ideal choices in just a second, but then call her to the back and then Soul Blast 1, get that other 5th attack out. So really effective overall. A great addition to the deck. I'm glad they gave that like the rear guard ability. It just makes this card so much more versatile and just more worth in general, and I really love the art. Really cool. Next up, this is going to be the ideal target most of the time when you go for your kill turn or just, a general pressure turn. So this is going to be Skull Dragon. So this did get reprinted in the clan selection. I'm really glad that it is in a triple rare foiling now. Very nice, but its skill, very basic. It just cannot be normal called, so you have to get it from the drop, making it a great target to ditch off a couple different skills, as well as giving an additional 2k for every single card in your drop zone. So this deck turbos your drop zone like an absolutely insane amount. Think of your drop zone as a piggy bank. It's not really, resources aren't wasted going in there. That's really your piggy bank where you're going to call from, things of that nature. So we just jack that up, get this guy huge, and if you're swinging, once, twice, do the whole combo with Nightrose, you're going to get another 2 attacks with these 2. Like, unless your opponent has a huge hand, that's a very hard thing to guard. So overall, really effective. I like it at 3 of. I think that previously, if I damaged this card out, I found that my games just were not a little bit, just not as effective overall, just didn't go as smooth, because that double Skull Dragon really puts the nail in the coffin. We don't have Violence Flanger anymore. We don't have any other kind of like, I don't want to say any other big blowout cards, but this is like just so miles ahead of everything else that we could be calling. So I really like it. There are some other options as well, which I'll go over in just a minute, but moving on to our grade 2s now. That's it for the grade 3s. We're going to be running 4 of Columbard. So Columbard is getting a reprint soon, so if you haven't built this deck, I would maybe wait for those cards. If not, see if you can get a good deal on them, but Columbard is such a good card. Any other deck that this is in, this would be automatically run out of 4 of. This is an awesome, it's like a Foolish Burial for the deck. This is auto on Van or Rear Guard Circle. When placed, we counterblast 1, and then we put a card from our deck into the drop zone and call a card from the drop zone to Rear Guard Circle. It doesn't have to be that same card, so you can, with another card, make sure that you have your grade 3 Vanguard ride target. I'll go over that in just a minute, but again, just dropping whatever you want into the drop zone, whatever you need. Again, like a Foolish Burial, just equating it to Yu-Gi-Oh terms over here. Just an awesome card. Works on van or rear, so really not a bad ride either way. And if you have that card, Colombard, along with this card, let me see, could I get this in frame over here? Yeah, I think I could get this in frame. Yeah, this is Greed Shade. So Greed Shade's another oldie but goldie. This is going to be the 2-card combo here. Basically works like this. This guy auto on van or rear guard circle during our turn. If our drop has more than I think it's 10 cards, right? Yeah, it's 10 cards. It gets an additional 5k. It's cool, but we don't really use it for that. We use it for the utility skill, the auto on rear guard circle. When placed, we get to discard a card from our hand, mill 2 cards, and then return a card from our drop to our hand. So that's important text, to our hand. So essentially you would go with Colombard, and you would ditch, put one of these into the drop zone, whichever one you want to ride, ideally the Nightrose. You would call him down next, ditch a card, maybe, you have a Skull Dragon target, whatever the case may be. Then you would retrieve the ride target from the drop zone. So just really ensuring that your ride is successful, you're getting whatever you need. You can do another play extender, do the same exact combo. These 2 cards together are just like absolutely insane. So the utility, just the drop zone kind of turbo is there with them. Awesome cards. Moving right along, another great target to call out, especially during some of the earlier turns, is the Storm Ride Ghost Ship. This guy's skill, it again, just cannot be called from hand, has to be special, like summoned or, special called, superior called out from the drop zone. This guy's skill, auto on rear guard circle. When it attacks, this unit gets an additional 15k and until the end of the battle. Then you retire this card and then draw a card off of it. So if you're looking to gain a little bit more resources, this is a great play to go into, especially early. Just fill up that drop zone. You're not, worried about replacing it from there or anything. Just really great pressure and that card advantage with the draw. So great card. I'm running that at a 2 of. And then, like I said, we are running a very minimal kind of ghosty package in here. I'm running Jessie the Ghosty, just one of them. This is good in case you do need to go on to Beatrice, because then you can go through the grade 2, the grade 1. I am running the grade 1s in here, spoiler alert. But additionally, once you turbo out, like we are also running Navigator, once you turbo out about 10 cards, I'd say, that's when your drop starts to get like sufficient. You just naturally start to build a little bit more off that. Your Skull Dragons get more powerful. And then this guy can then get the cards that you don't want on your field off of it. So you can retire, like, you do the Skeleton Sea Navigator on your grade 1 turn, then on the grade 2 turn. If this is in the drop, you just retire whatever 2 cards are dead and then call him out from the drop from his ability, so his act in drop zone. Retire 2 rear guards not named himself and call this card to rear guard circle. And then when it attacks, it just automatically gets an additional 5k until the end of battle. So if you are pressuring early with him, pretty good, just, threatens for a hit. And then additionally, if you are partnering it with Nightrose, this gets, 19k. So not the craziest number overall, but again, just any extra power is always good. So I'm just running that at a 1 of. Next up, since I kind of mentioned it, I think I'm going to go into him next. We are running 3 of Damien the Ghosty. So Damien is good because when you call this down, when you place from hand, you search your deck for one of him, put it into the drop zone. Then at the end of the battle, it attacks. If I have a Vanguard with Ghosty, I can retire this unit. And if I did, we get to countercharge 1 at basically, that's more if you're going into the whole Ghosty ride chain right there, but or the attack chain, sorry, the attack pattern. But really, the reason why I'm running 3 of these, it pairs really well with what was it over here? Let me just pull it out. Give me 1 second. There we go. Pairs well with Navigator. So Navigator, what you're going to do, especially like I said before, if you're on your your second Navigator turn, a Navigator pops out, you rest this and another unit, and then bam, you get 5 cards in your drop. Do that twice, you're at 10. After that, it's completely up to you, feeling out the pace of the game, how many cards you really want to start milling like that. What you could do is call down the Ghosty, get the Jessie the Ghosty into the drop zone, rest these 2 cards, and then boom. Get the Jessie the Ghosty out, get these 2 cards in the drop, 2 for 1 special right there. You just turboed out a whole lot from your deck into your drop, into your piggy bank. So really nice combo overall. And again, I think 3 is good because it's kind of a searcher for this and guarantees that you don't, unfortunately damage it out. Sucks when you do damage that guy out though. Next up, we are running another utility card, an awesome card. This is going to be Witch Doctor of Powdered Bone, Negrabone. So I completely read the first part wrong. I was like, wait, I know this card. Why am I stuttering on it? But it's skill in the drop zone. Discard a card from our hand, and then put this guy to the bottom of our deck, and then call a grade 1 from our drop zone to rearguard circle. If our drop zone is 10 or more cards, we can call any grade. So this is great to get out the Skull Dragon, great to get out some of your combo pieces that when placed, you just do what the skill is. Again, the Ghost Ship is another target for that. This could be the you know, anything you want. This is like such a nice kind of key, just combo piece. Helps you extend plays, helps you get your deck, you know, your drop zone still filled up, making sure that you don't just retire or get things out of your drop zone. So this guy still is going to remain powerful. Overall, just a great card. I think we need to max it out at this point. The utility is just like unparalleled. All right, going into it now, their final 2 cards. I'm still running one of Ripple Banshee. I think Ripple Banshee is good for, like, if you know that you're not going for, like, a killer play right now, you just want to stack your hand a little bit more. If you go into, like, a Ripple and a Ghost Ship, like, I think overall, you are drawing a lot of card advantage, and, oh, I'm sorry, I should go over skill, auto on rearguard circle, when placed from drop zone, Soul Blast 1, draw a card. This guy gets an additional 4K till the end of turn. So, like I said, just kind of hand generation. I think at a one of, like, our deck is like a toolbox. We can just kind of drop whatever we want, pick it back out. So I think one of, like, the times you'll use this is kind of far and few between, but when you do, it does feel really nice and gets that resource generation off. And then I am still running one of the Tommy the Ghosty Brothers, just because I think that the free grade 3 search in the beginning, if you don't have to waste some resources to go get your grade 3 ride target, it feels nice. Plus the 5K attacking body on top of Nightrose's additional 5 makes it an 18K. Just hitting like weird numbers. So overall, I really like it. I think that it is. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's not 18K then. Oh no, it is. I'm sorry. These are the 12Ks. I'm getting my overdressed numbers confused now. But yeah, so it makes those weird numbers, makes it a little bit harder for your opponent to guard out. Moving into the triggers then, I am running something a little bit different than what I did previously. I'm going to be running 4 heals. I'm running 8 crit. Actually, I'm running 9 crit with the crit PG. Or, I'm sorry, crit sentinel, I should call it. 3 regular PGs, and then obviously a starter. So I think previously we ran more of the crit sentinels just because we had to close out games quicker. But now the meta has shifted. I think that it's no longer this, like, you know, I'll hit grade 3, instantly lose kind of game. I think that now we can just survive a little bit longer because of the whole Gurgit ban. Blue Art is still a problem, but this deck can, I think, survive it a little bit longer with the draw sentinels. Also in the mirror match, these are extremely important because these skull dragons sometimes hit for insane numbers, you know, 60k, whatever it is. Like, if you don't have these, sometimes you're absolutely screwed. So overall, I think one of these is still kind of cheeky, and we don't have to discard anything else from our hand. And again, a little extra crit pressure is always good. This is a multi-attack deck, so I think that it is fine at a one of. You can replace that out, get the 4 in there if you want, but overall that is the deck profile. Oh, also I just wanted to mention you should use this Ghosty heal just because in case you are sitting on that Vanguard, this guy gets an additional 5k shield and can intercept from a rearguard circle, so could potentially be a 25k shield, just helping you survive a little bit longer if that's the play you want to go into. Not ideal, but definitely something to consider. So yeah, like I said, that is the deck profile. Let's get into a test hand now, and I'll show you guys how this deck plays out. Alright, let's get started over here and shuffle up. This is going to be a pretty fun deck to pilot. I'm excited to kind of show you guys just like a test hand. I think this is probably like a tier 1.5 deck, if not tier 1. I think that is very strong. I think there are a lot of viable decks in standard, actually. I'm going to be rolling out a couple, or I'm sorry, V-Series. I'm going to be rolling out a couple deck profiles, just like updates to older decks that I've been kind of running, toying with that I really like. Budget Eradicators coming up, a Dentarian deck actually that I've been messing around with, so very resilient that is, and just a fun overall playstyle. I usually don't like Dark Irregulars in V-Series, but that guy just really does it for me, I guess. Gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Overall, you really want a Navigator in your hand starting off, so let's see if we get that. Yeah, we do get a Navigator. I'm going to... Ooh, wow, it's actually a decent hand. I'm gonna pop back just one of these, and I think everything else I'm gonna keep. Yeah. Alright, not too bad. So we have a ditch target for the potential Greed Shade if we get that. Nice. Alright, shuffle. We are then going to stand and draw. Alright, nice. We get 2 of those guys. Not too bad. So I'm going to... Who am I going to ride? Going to ride... Yeah, let's ride him. Let's ride him. Draw off of the ride because we do ride on... draw off of that even if you go first, unlike Overdress. So I'm going to call down the Navigator. I'm going to call down this guy. Also off of his skill, sorry. I'm going to put Jesse the Ghosty in there. To the drop zone. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Alright, we are then going to 1, 2, put 5 cards in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, nice. We do get 2 Skull Dragons in there, so it's pretty sweet. What else did we get? We got that. Alright, cool. So we need a Really need a Beatrice to make this work here, and I need Nightrose too, actually. Okay, no big deal. Let us go into our opponent's turn, take a damage for their turn, boom, power, shuts everything else off, stand and draw for our grade 2 turn. Nice, we do get the Beatrice here. So we are then going to, what else did I get here? I got her. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to Counterblast 1, search my deck. Going to put a card into my drop. You know what? Do I want to put her? No, I don't have a Greed Shade. But I do have that. Yeah. And I'm gonna have 10. Actually. You know what? Yeah, this is actually the strategy. So I'm going to put the Nightrose in there. I'm then going to hope that I mill a Greed Shade off of my Navigator, because if I do, I am going to, I'll show you actually, I'll just put it into practice. So that is that, call a card to Rearguard Circle now. Let's call out her just to get a little bit more hand advantage. We are then going to Navigator, so I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so we did get the payoff here. So this is what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna go into Jesse the Ghosty. I think this is the play, right? 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2. I'm gonna go retire these two then. I'm then going to get, with his skill, I have over 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I have over 10. I'm going to put him back on the bottom of the deck. I'm going to discard a card from my hand. Oh, who do I want to discard? I'm going to discard the Skull Dragon, and then I'm going to get a card to Rearguard Circle regardless of grade, and then I'm going to use his skill in place, discard a card from my hand. Who do I want to discard? I'm going to discard Mr. Colombard there, and then I'm going to get a card to my hand. So I'm going to secure the Nightrose Ride for next turn, and I do have a Ghosty in my hand, so yeah, not too bad. Maybe I should have ditched the Ghosty. Nah, either way, it's fine. Okay. I can get into drop either way. Perfect. So I think that's it for my turn here. Yeah, I'm gonna swap these two. Okay, perfect. And I got him out of the drop with his skill, retire 2 cards not named himself, you know. And our thing is at 10, so it really activates that Negro Bone, which is really, really nice. So who do I want to swing with first? Let's see. Oh yeah, 1 place from drop, Soul Blast 1, draw a card. I forgot to do that earlier for him. Perfect, we got another one of her. So let's just open up. It's gonna be 14. Let's go with him now. This is going to be 9. Boom. Okay, no trigger. I attacked with his last just because if our opponent did hit a trigger, I think this could still get over it, right? Yeah. This is going to be 9 plus 5 from his own skill, so that is 14. 14 plus 12, so this is 26. All right, pass it over to my opponent now. I'm going to take 2 damage for this turn. 1, Nightrose. 2. All right, Navigator. My turn. Stand and draw. Let's see if we can get off a bonkers turn here. Let us ride into Nightrose. All right. Very good, very good. Let's see. What else do I want to do? Could put another thing in there. Get that. Get a ghost ship. Or, no, I'm going to go for double, I think. Yeah, let's go for it here. Going to put this. Going to Counterblast 1. Put a card into my drop zone. I'm just going to place him, actually. And I'm going to call... to Rearguard Circle this Skull Dragon. So that comes out. Going to swap places there. Anything else I want to do? I need to get this into my drop zone. So how am I going to go about doing that? I should have actually called this down, the Colombard over it. I'm just going to say I did that. Sorry about that. So now I have her in the drop zone. I have that there. I don't think I can get off 2 Skull Dragons. Actually, is there another Negro Bone? Yeah, there is a Negro Bone here. So I can do this. Yeah, why don't I do that? This is going to go for broke here. I have over 10. I'm going to put this on the bottom of my deck and discard a card from my hand. What do I want to discard? Actually, yeah, let's just say that Negro Bone discarded her. I didn't even have to go with the whole Colombard play and stuff. Negro Bone discarded her. I'm going to call out a card regardless of grade. I'm going to call out another Skull Dragon. There we are. So that is 2 Skull Dragons out. All right, let's see. Yeah, this is going to be the play. Perfect. We're going to swing. What is our drop zone? This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 cards. 13 times 2, 26. 26 plus 12 over there, right? Yeah, this is going to be 38. 38k plus the 5k off of her, so that is 43. 43 plus another 13, which is, what is that, 56? Yep. We are then going to swing. Our opponent is not on grade 3, so it does not get the additional 10k, but does this give the 5k to herself, right? Rear guard? No, when you're rear guard. Okay, yeah, this is just 12. Counterblast 1. Oh yeah, all these guys retire right here. 1, 2, 3. We are then going to call out 2 cards. So I'm going to call out 1, and I'm going to call out 2. I'm going to activate the Beatrice's skill. I'm going to Soul Blast 1, and then I'm going to call out another card. So where is my Skull Dragon again? So boom, we are getting a big column after big column here. Very good, very good. We are then going to swing. This is going to be 12. This is 1 and 2. All right, no triggers, but still really, really impactful. 4 attacks with the Skull Dragons. Boom, goes in. Boom, goes right back in. And huge attacks across the board. That's really the main play. As you can see, there's so many different ways to, like, you know, no pun intended, navigate around whatever cards you don't have in your hand. If you're trying to make a play happen, like, there probably is some way, so long as you have that navigator, so long as you have that, like, you know, 10 in your drop. Obviously you saw the Negro Bones really come in clutch. You saw just in general the overall impact that these cards really have and why we kind of run them at 3. I think we put all 3 of them in there, yeah. So overall, really, really fun deck. There are tons of different lines of play in this deck. You know, never get discouraged if you can't figure it out at first. You know, just practice, practice, practice. Again, I'm not perfect with this deck. I'm not saying I'm the best at all by any means, but I enjoy this deck. I really enjoyed kind of learning it and getting over that curve, so to speak. So there are a lot of great resources too. Definitely check it out. I know Commander Jaime has a lot on this. He has articles as well. It really helped me out originally when I first started off this channel and was posting a Nightrose deck profile. I looked at that and kind of just, you know, revamped my playstyle, and yeah, really appreciate that. So thank you guys again for watching. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below. Let me know what your build kind of looks like, where you would change it. And yeah, this is Alex from Team Generations signing out.